Hello, this is Dale with Garage Gecko University. Welcome back to another module, and today is going to be the door order sheet, door order form. Looking back in my mind at trolleys of dead stock at another garage door company I was at. Dead stock, you may call them something else, but all these doors that sat there and you go, how did this happen? And it's nobody's fault. It wasn't purchasing. Certainly wasn't the technician. And I pondered it for a long time, and we made modifications to the process, but most of it boiled down to one thing. I don't want to say laziness, perhaps somebody was just in a hurry, shortcuts, and the biggest thing is assumptions. I remember one time where somebody put down WT for the color. Well, what is that? It's white, right? WT? No, it's actually wicker tan. So somebody ordered it in wicker tan, but we wanted white, and they were 11 wide by 13 tall. So yeah, they sat on that dead stock trolley for a long time. Things get busy, people run out of time, they don't double check, so never assume anything, and that's why we have the form. So this is huge for the customer, getting a door in a timely fashion, ordering correctly. You get it. So let's go through each one. So door size is pretty obvious. We'll do the width times the height, so 16 by 7, 6, or whatever the case is. Don't abbreviate. Put everything in there as everyone else does around you. 7 foot 6 inches, not 80 inches or whatever the case is. Spell it out. Door type. So what is it? Is it an Encore line in the 2150 series or whatever case it is? Spell it out. Be specific. Door color, again, don't abbreviate, spell it out. Is it white? Is it true white? Is it snow white? What exactly is it? This will also, in case you made an error, get back to that manufacturer. Maybe you buy from several different manufacturers. Each manufacturer has their own nomenclature for white. And I've seen it before where that kind of saved our skin because he put down true white instead of just white. But he had the manufacturer incorrect. So red flag went up, and we saved a huge error. Panel type, short panel, long panel. Again, make sure you put it on there. Don't take a shortcut. Some offerings, especially when you get into the carriage house type doors, the windows are only long, or perhaps the stamp is only long or short. And again, this by being thorough, you're going to catch more errors that all of us eventually will make. Windows, same thing, long or short. Again, some of them are only available one way or the other, and as well as the inserts. Inserts, I would, up to you, but again, maybe this is being too thorough, but I would put the color of the insert. Sometimes people want a white insert on, say, a brown door to match the trim. So I think that's just an extra piece of success if you can do that. Spring type, extension or torsion is what it refers to for me. But maybe in your market or your offerings you've got standard torsion springs, or you've got high cycle. So whatever case it is, be consistent. Track type, please don't put standard. Is that 12 inch or 15 inch? Who knows? Only you do. So share with everyone else what you need. Low headroom track, zero clearance track, 15 inch. Is it high lift? Be thorough. Trim color. So this would be the, some people call it jam seal, some call it vinyl, some call it trim. Make sure you put that on there. So often people have wanted white for the jam because they have a white jam, and they wanted perhaps gray on the door. So it's good to put that down there as well. Decorative hardware, yes or no, and the type, lock type. So you could put no, perhaps side lock or T-lock. Every door should have a lock of some type for security on there. So that should not be omitted, I think. Notes. This is a good time, I think, to offset things that we discovered in the survey of the garage that we put down on the measurement sheet. So notes, and I really look at this as for the purchasing agent or whoever purchases, whether it's you at a one-man shop or you've got a half dozen people, perhaps it's your spouse that orders it, whoever. Notes, I need an 18-foot stick of vinyl because it's a very aggressive arch on a 16-wide door. So put down 18-foot stick of vinyl. Make a note it's dog ears. I need an extra 7-foot stick so I can do the dog ears, because it's wicker tan and we don't stock extra, we just order as needed in that color. I need lumber. Maybe you have to do some modifications to the jamb. I need bigger bottom rubber. Obviously the concrete is out of whack. We need, this is a two-man job for all day, this is a single-man job for all day, whatever your market practices are. Put that on there. And maybe for scheduling as well, you could even modify this and put an extra one on there. And other things as you see fit. Things that are not on there that you may encounter. This is a vault. It needs a vault release. Only home after 10 o'clock. So you get the idea. But please be thorough, make no assumptions, and follow this. And those that don't want to do this and get it wrong, a good corrective measure would be have them installed for a week and look at the poor forms that they had to deal with, and they'll understand. And typically that behavior is modified, and maybe it's just a two-man shop, but they'll understand what kind of frustration they put other people through if they're not thorough. All right, we were almost done. I had one more thing to share with you guys, and that is everyone being on the same page. So this is mostly for us and our purchasing and our supplier. One thing I encourage you to do is, for your customer, this is all Greek. We speak English here, so they won't understand. Leave them a flyer, okay? And then on the back, after they order the door, circle all the options. You don't need to leave them the master catalog. Most suppliers give those out to us ungenerously. We get a limited amount. But the little hand flyers we get a lot of. So you can say, well, Mrs. Jones, I circled the options that you have requested. So for your future reference, I'm just going to leave you this. So if you go back and say, well, I didn't order that, it would say, do you have the form I left you? Yes, I do. Well, let's see what it is. And then you can say, well, yes, ma'am, we did order it correctly. There you go. So anyway, that's a tip that saved me a lot. And again, it's not to prove that they're wrong and I'm right. It's just to save dead stock. And then it gives you ammo to go on from there to rectify it however you wish. So anyways, thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the next module.